Conclusion. Weeks later, there was a grand party at the Golden City Castle. The main leaders and allies of Anjosika celebrated their win over the chaos. Now the road of everlasting peace had finally come. Darius LaFleur was now Emperor of the universe, much to be much to the joy of the Wilsons. From the clans to the Allen family, and even some Pepino all joined in this time of celebration. However, absent were the elder forces, and more notably the Bilderun. The Bilderun had lost their leader, Ayumi Urkel. It was a time of mourning for them, as Akari Urkel now had to take up the mantle as the new leader of Bilderun. Jess wanted to join her in her sadness, as she did when his mother died. But Akari told him that Anjosika needed this celebration. She, Anjosika, has been through a lot since the Third Great War. That era is now over with. Our generation are now in charge. You be with your people, and I with mine, my dear. Take a drink from me, okay? She winks, said Akari days before the celebration. The celebration was well underway when news got out to the new emperor of a shocking report from the Bilderun Alliance. A declaration of war. A day before the celebrations, Akari had just laid her mother to rest a week prior. Tara went to see Akari in her office in a seeing manner and asked her what would be her next course of action. Teru, the old god of the Third Great War, is mostly gone now. A new generation that does not know of our time now runs the universe. Bilderun is the strongest that it has ever been in all of its long histories. Akari turns around facing the window to face Teru. Is that so? What else? Teru, our allies in the Zephyr, Penta, Albino Kichiro, and Obilong have amassed mighty forces and are ready to go on your command, my lady. Akari at that point had to make a choice. Will she follow her heart and be with Darius and live in peace with Anjosika, or will she keep her promise to her mother and her friends and follow her mind to lead the universe on a new path? She took a deep breath and answered. Her answer will forever change the course of history in the universe. Tell all the leaders of Bilderun and our allies to meet me at Bilderun Castle. Tell them to bring their banners as well. At Bilderun Castle, on the same day as the Anjoskan celebration, Akari Urkel will prove the late Angela right and declare war on Anjosika. Standing on a high stage with all the banners of Bilderun Alliance behind her, she gave her speech. The banners were Niseen, Patelicon, Kilbani, Watermans, Bipple, Urkel, Alive, Penta, Zephyr, Albina, and Oberon. Akari. Men and women of Bilderun Alliance, a new age has come. We have survived the chaos that has plagued us for so long. The weakness of our old allies has caused us great suffering, long after the biggest war in all history was won with our help. However, Anjosika has repaid our debt we owe us for aiding them in that war by building a mega weapon to destroy us. They sought to destroy us, but we pushed back and destroyed their weapon. Now a new leader of Anjosika has risen. Still, many of those that would seek to destroy us still lay within the empire. I cannot stand idle and watch another attempt to wipe us out come again. That's why we have gathered friends from beyond Bilderun to fight with us and not to be used by us. We are all now the strongest in the universe, and with our strength, we will be the ones to lead in this new era. Anjosika's time has long come to an end. Fate has allowed Bilderun to withstand all comers to be here today. It is therefore proof but as the oldest and now strongest power in all time and space, we should rule. Weakness and lack of vision cannot maintain peace in the universe. We know, but all too well now. Now is our moment. It is the time to usher in an age where strength and wisdom and reason shall be the driving force of peace for the entire universe. The age of Bildron has come at long last. She then lifts her blue war sword up in the air as she sends out a loud and powerful lightning bolt to the heavens. To war, my Bildron, and to victory! Whoa! All the Bildrons screamed and shouted in excitement as war was now declared. Back at Androsika, the party was over and everyone had gotten the message. Alani sat in a chair, perplexed. Father Eva uncle was right all along, and Darius's feelings had once again gotten the better of him. Shane and Trey left and returned to Risi. Now that Bilderon was the enemy, and Androsika was now worse from well. What would he do? Will Risi stay in Androsika, or will they join Laura and Zephyr in the Bildron alliance? Darius might be the strongest LaFleur leader ever, but he is also the most played. He went through all the sweet memories he and Akari shared, basically their first time at the cave over 2 years ago. Was Akari plotting against him from the very start, or did this just happen? Whatever the case, Darius must rebuild Androsika's fighting strength quickly, as now a new universal war was now on the way. The age of everlasting peace, that his late mother Natasha dreamt about, was now over. An impossible dream indeed, as Akari Urkasine had played them all and emerged as the true villain of this new era. The return of the Grand Elder. The history of the Daemoniacs throughout the universe and the power that they give was yet another time disruption that was caused by the great power. Now that the great power was now gone, his work was undone. For you see, the one man of God, the great power of valor, the great power and man of valor, was the one and true Daemoniac. The great power manipulated all time and space to break this one man into his own race and planet. That's how much power he had. The prime power could be produced by anyone on their own occurrence, once they were worthy of it. It mattered not if you were good or evil. However, the great power removed this truth from everyone, and so many great powers spread across the universe in the form of a chest. And one of the chosen five had to make the primes, who defeated the great power, or powerful beings, like Cyrus or Gundazan. Soon this secret of producing one's own prime power would soon come out. The Daemonic prime powers that were scattered throughout all time and space had all come back to form once forgotten man. The Daemonic spirit that escaped both Darius's and Akari's groups over the years had finally come form this great man, the great elder of all time, the greatest elder of all time during the first great wars of the very first universe. He was the keeper of the armor of God and the radiance of virtue. These two items were fought heavenly, for as both good and evil men and women wanted to use the power they possessed to conquer the then dimensions, and by doing so the universe. Prince Vaughn of the Avion had these two items when he first came into the picture, which started the second universe. The golden one, the Elder Warrior, that defeated Prince Vaughn, retook the armor of God and radiance of virtue from the false God Vaughn and became just 1% of the one true God's power. This Daemonic man was also torn in two to have a dark side, since both good and evil had the armor of God and radiance of virtue in their histories. Fact and evil soon merchant scientists captured the man from his dark side to control. However, his dark side was too powerful to be controlled, and it took a great Mordorian warrior named Monodon to defeat this great evil, and Pendrell, another great evil in the first universe, to become the greatest hero and legend of all time. The Daemon would also help Andrew LaFleur Jr. during the first third universe saga, as he held back billions of immoral troops so Andrew Jr. could defeat the god KGB for the first time. Many more run-ins with KGB and the LaFleurs would happen throughout history following. The man was replaced by another elder named Patterson, who also made great strides in history. However, his time was long past, and now the Daemonak, the only Daemonak that was created by God, was a man that became his own race, that was named after him. This was the man that Ira had remembered and now fought for, and was now gathering troops for as well. This new war was about to have a third force to join the fray, in the form of the most powerful elder being that ever existed. His name was Damien. The Grand Elder had returned. End.